Guys, back again, this time for the DVDs. And not a lot of horror, guys. This is going to be a lot of Eurocrime and spaghetti westerns and stuff, and not a big haul. Unlike the Blu-rays, not a lot of DVDs I've gone after. The first one is this new thriller I've been hearing a lot about called Blue Ruin. I don't know much about it. Sort of a revenge type film, I guess. It's been a lot of hype, so I thought I'd pick it up. I found it used pretty cheap. Have not had a chance to watch it yet, but anyway, that's Blue Ruin. The next one a lot of people have been showing off. It's the Severin Cannibal Massacre Collection. Comes with the... I'm not going to take them all out. People have shown this already, but the Cannibal Terror, Papaya Love Goddess of the Cannibals, and Devil Hunter. Papaya is a Joe D'Amato film. Devil Hunter is a Jess Franco film. I already had Papaya Love Goddess of the Cannibals, but I got this pretty cheap, and I didn't have the other two films. So anyway, it'll go to my, my cannibal movie collection. The next few, guys, are from Wild East. I've been getting into spaghetti westerns, and this first one I have watched, and it's fantastic. Death Rides a Horse with Lee Van Cleef and John Philip Law. John Philip Law plays a young kid at the beginning, and his sister and his parents are brutally murdered by these four outlaws. And, like 20 years later or whatever, he decides to go after, try and track these four outlaws down to get revenge. And along the way, he runs into Lee Van Cleef, who decides to help him try and get his revenge. But really good movie. Wild East titles are all limited to 1,000 copies. And after they're out of print, they don't print them anymore, period. This one is still in print. You can order it on Wild East's own website, or it's a little cheaper if you can find it on Diabolic DVD. But this is really good anamorphic widescreen transfer. It's a very good presentation. So that's Death Rides a Horse. The next one is a Wild East double feature. This one is also still in print, I believe, yet. And I have not had time to watch either of these films, but they're both featured George Hilton, who is tremendous in a lot of giallo films. And I haven't watched any of his westerns, but this has got both Full House for the Devil and The Moment to Kill, and I've heard a lot of hype about The Moment to Kill being one of the best westerns, so looking forward to checking these out. This one, I believe, is also still in print yet. The next one, guys, is out of print. This is a very early Enzo G. Castellari western, Kill Them All and Come Back Alone, starring Chuck Connors from the Rifleman TV program. He went over to Italy to make this movie. I haven't watched it, but apparently it's one of the most action-packed westerns. This being Wild East and being out of print, they can get quite expensive. I got real lucky finding this fairly cheap on eBay. So looking forward to checking this one out. The next one is a very early Wild East. They mostly do westerns, but this time they did a crime film, and it's Sergio Martino's The Violent Professionals. This has been out of print, I think, since 2005. So this can go for $80 to $100. Luckily, I didn't pay anywhere near that. Again, this is in, almost mint condition. It's a really good movie. It's not anamorphic, because Wild East weren't doing that yet, but it is widescreen. And it's a good Eurocrime action film starring Luke Miranda. Nothing amazing, but I did really enjoy it. The next one, guys, is also out of print. It's a No Shame release of another Luke Mirenda crime film, also directed by Sergio Martino. And this is Gambling City. This I actually preferred to The Violent Professionals. This is another one, though, guys, unless you can find it cheap, goes for a lot of money. This one is Luke Mirenda plays a card cheat that goes around ripping off casinos, cheating, playing poker. Well, he goes to one, and the crime boss decides instead of, screwing with him, he's going to hire him on to go out in other casinos and, basically make money for him. And everything goes good until he falls for the crime boss's son's girlfriend. And, of course, things go to hell, and the crime boss's son sends his boys after him, and it goes from being a sort of a gambling sort of film to a kind of a more traditional crime film, but it's really good and a lot more character-driven than a lot of other Eurocrime films. So I'd highly recommend it if you can find it cheap enough. And the last one, guys, this is my big winner of this haul. This is the Film Art German release of The Cynic, the Rat, and the Fist by Umberto Lenzi. Basically, it stars Thomas Milian and John Saxon as the two villains, and Maurizio Merli as the take no prisoners, take no crap cop. And this is just fantastic. The acting is great. The dialogue is great. The action and the fight scenes are tremendous. If I have one little minor gripe, there isn't any great car chases to speak of. But other than that, this is about as good of a Eurocrime film as you're likely to find. I don't know if this film art release is out of print. This was also limited to 1,000 copies. They had a couple left on Diabolic DVD, so I snatched one up. But currently, guys, as it sits right now, there's a lot I haven't seen. But at the moment, this is my favorite Eurocrime film. This I couldn't recommend enough if you're a fan of Eurocrime. It's absolutely fantastic. And that's about it, guys. I'm going to kind of wrap it up here. I'm hoping to do a few more videos down the road, but it might be quite a while before I do another update, guys, because I'm kind of putting my money in some other places right now. So anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will talk with you later.